anyway, it's your girl, Carla Alexander, keeping it real. I guess I haven't really been keeping it real over the last couple of months, which I do apologize. I'm sorry. I just needed to take a little bit of time to kind of regroup, make this adjustment from Georgia back to New York. So there's been a lot of things going on personally that I just needed to take a moment to try to get through. But I'm back today to introduce a new recipe, well, to an old classic recipe, which are beignets. I just kind of tweaked it a little bit, and they were such a hit the other day when I was doing my mukbang that I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna make a new batch because my friend is coming by, and what better way to kind of reintroduce myself to my new subscribers than doing something that I truly do love, which is cooking. And the road that I decided to go down as far as my career goes is cooking. It wasn't an easy decision to make, only because I had a lot of doubt within myself and a lot of reservations. So I had to work on myself a little bit, get a little bit of confidence back up where it needs to be at. I've been studying really hard over the last couple of months. My food has gotten even better. I'm in a good place right now. But there are a few things I would like to address really quick before we move on to this video. Okay, so yes, I have shared my past, my history. For the ones that are actually going down the same road as me, or are thinking about it, these videos, those are for those women. The more I've spoken to women over the last 3 months, the more I realize that by the time we hit 50, we're pretty much hitting the reset button anyway. There's a lot of new friends that I've made that are ready to move on, and they're ready for a change in their life. And they may not have gone down the same road I have, but the point is, we're at the same crossroad. No matter what our history is, we're here now. And my videos are geared for those women. What I'm gonna be doing is, I'm gonna be transitioning into a personal chef career. That's where I'm going at. I love my personal training. I am really, really great at losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. But I think I'm just gonna stick to the one thing that's always made me truly, truly happy. I bake when I'm sad, I bake when I'm happy. It's just my go-to, it's my sanctuary. The kitchen is my sanctuary. Throwing together recipes for my family to enjoy, that makes me happy. So I'm gonna share that with you. That's what I've decided that I'm gonna do. That being said, we're getting ready to move on to the video at hand. I loved Princess and the Frog.
Now, how about I celebrate with
beignets? I got a fresh batch just waiting for you.
We'll keep them coming till I pass out.
That was the go-to movie for my kids. It just was. And I just fell in love with the concept of making piping hot beignets. So I'm like, what is a beignet? So I looked it up when I was in Georgia. I made it once. The kids liked it. It's like, oh, it was nice. But I made a mistake making my beignets for my mud bank the other day. I forgot to put the butter in. I'm like, what was I thinking of? You know what, out of sight, out of mind. It was our first mud bank. I was excited, so I was just, moving around. Forgot the butter. Looked in the microwave, and I'm like, what is this? Because I was getting ready to melt some more butter. And I'm like, I forgot the butter. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be so dry, and it's just not going to have the right type of flavor. What am I going to do? So you know what I did? I said, you know what, I know. I'm going to take that same amount of butter, and I'm going to add some honey to it. I microwaved it, I poured it all over my beignets, and then I gave it a nice lightly, coating of confectionate sugar, not too heavy. And it turned out to be the best mistake in my life. So we're gonna share this, and today I'm gonna show you how to make beignets with the butter included. We're not gonna make that same mistake. We're not gonna do it over here. Now the thing about beignets, they take a little bit of time to make.
2 hours later.
I'm gonna include the recipe in here, and you will also be able to get the full recipe on my Instagram. Eat these treats. Oh. How you guys like my new hair color, y'all? My daughter did it, see? Yeah, it's supposed to be a burgundy, but my hair was so dark that it looks burgundy, but only in the sunlight. And that's not today because it's mad cloudy. All right, so let's check on our temperature right now. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I think we got a winner. There we go. We're at 110. Look at that. So here I have my Fleischmann's active dry yeast. We're gonna use the whole packet. We are going to add a half a cup of sugar. And we're gonna pour the sugar. We're gonna give this a little bit of a stir. And we're gonna give this about 5 minutes to do its thing. Do its thing, do its thing. Now you're probably wondering, why did I add all the sugar? Very simple. I forgot. That's it. You could have added it after, or you could add it with the yeast. Doesn't matter because the yeast looks beautiful. It's amazing. It's nice and it's bloomed. It's been, what, 5 minutes? So, yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. But it's doing its thing, okay? What's important is that you put all of your ingredients together now, and then your flour will be last. So don't forget to sift your flour. Make sure you get your cardamom in there. And, yeah, let's make some beignets. Pretty. So we have everything mixing together. All right, so let's throw in our eggs. Let's not forget our butter. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Then we have our milk. Nice and combined. So now let's get ready to make this down. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit at a time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start it off slow because the last thing I need is flour everywhere. We don't need that. We don't need that in our life. Okay, so let's add the rest of this. Get it going. Oh yeah, I smell the cardamom. It smells so good. So good. All right. All right. Bring you up to speed. So you see how the dough looks. It's gonna be a little bit icky sticky. That's fine. Just want to make sure that when I pull it, it doesn't break. That there's some elasticity. So we got what I got what I'm looking for, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get some of this flour in there. This is exactly what you are looking for. This is what you want. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna take a little bit of oil. Okay? Just enough. See, look. Because it's gonna get big. It's gonna get big. So we're just gonna do that really quick. Okay. Let's grab our dough. Boom. Boom. Okay. All right. Beautiful. And we're gonna let it sit in a nice, warm, dry place. I like to add my dough whenever I'm making bread. I always put it on top of the stove. Remember the size well. Remember the size well. Okay. So we're gonna put it here. Okay, so it's been 2 hours. Look at this. It has doubled in size. It's huge. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? We're going to roll this bad boy out. We're gonna put our oil on. Our oil has to reach 350 degrees. I'm gonna get my pan ready and we're going to get this bad boy started. Because let me tell you something. Once these are cut, they cook so fast. I have to get everything ready. So let's prep. All right. Let's get this started. Nothing too much. Nothing too drastic. Punch it down, punch it down. Okay. So let's try and get it into a rectangle to the best of our ability before we start rolling it out, because I really, really want to keep it as uniform as I possibly can. All right, so now we're getting ready to roll our second set. Second batch of. Okay. Ah. I'm gonna lay you across here. We'll stretch it out later. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, let's open you back up. actually managed to unfold. Great. Just kind of throw that in there and see what happens. What could possibly happen, right? Let's see. All right. It's important that the grease is not too high. It is way too hot for me to put my first batch in. I think that's where I made the mistake yesterday. We are close to 350 degrees before we drop in our first beignet, so that you guys can see how beautiful and how brown and how big it gets. So much fun. I love working with yeast. Let's see where we are at. I got my colander. Put my rack on top. Okay. So we are at 324. We are at 342. We're still at 351. But we're not. Okay. We're down to 352. Okay. We're good. We're good. You guys ready for this? Ready for this? We don't want to overcrowd it. So we're only going to do like 2 or 3 at a time. But watch what's going to happen. Watch how big they puff up. And it moves fast. They work really fast. See, look at that. Look at that. It's so puffy and pretty. Look at that. Okay. Oh, let's flip you over. How beautiful is that? Nice and golden brown. Make sure there's no overcrowding. Sharing is caring. There's more than enough space. But this one came out all crunchy. But they're still so good. Look at that. You see how fast they cook? They cook so fast. They take maybe like, ooh, you know what? Let's time it. Okay. Let's start it at 10 seconds. And see how long it takes. They are pillowy soft. Look at that. That is amazing to me. How they just pop up like that. Alright, well, as you see, we have quite a few for me to make. When we're done with all of the beignets, then I'm going to show you how to honey glaze them. So, here we are. We have a pot full of beignets, and we still have a little bit right here. So we're going to get a bigger bowl. And my daughter is going to make the honey butter, and then we're going to give these beignets a nice toss in this glaze, and then we're going to give it a nice dust with the confectioner's sugar. Because why? Because it's confectioner's sugar. All right. We're doing 1 stick of butter and a half a cup of honey, because we have a lot of beignets that we need to toss and cover. Bringing out the mother bowl. Dun dun dun. No? Okay. While we're waiting for the butter, dump all our beignets in here. It has to be melted. Butter needs to be melted. Okay. With the honey and the butter. Look at all that. What are we gonna do with all these beignets? Giving them away. I'm gonna stand on the corner and say, beignets, beignets, come get your honey glazed beignet. No? Okay. Well, anyway. 15 seconds. Okay, so this is what it looks like. That's the honey mixture. Number 4. Oh, yes. Slowly on the top, and then I'm gonna toss it. I don't want to break them, so I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful with it because I don't want them to break. All right, just go ahead. Get some at the bottom there. Keeps. Just get them all. Okay. After she's done coating them. Okay, so you know, like put it on the outside and put it. You don't have another big bowl like that? No, this is the biggest bowl I have. There you guys have it, beignets. Honey butter glazed beignets. Now, look at that. Honey nice and look at the side, look inside. Oh my god. These things are so good. What do you think? Jojo, oh my god. In the camera, please. She's camera shy. So good. That works. Now all that honey and butter that was at the bottom. Now I'll whip it out. Look at that. I think this was the best mistake I ever made. So much better. Okay, so this is Carla Alexander here with how to make beignets. Super easy. But don't forget, don't get so caught up in the past mistakes that you're too afraid to move forward. We make mistakes because this is our only ability to be able to learn. Okay, hands-on experience, there's nothing better, nothing greater. So keep following me. If you have questions in regards to anything as far as my videos go, as long as it's a positive comment, you know what, I'm here for you. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please start following me on my Instagram page, Eat These Treats. Do not forget my girl Cecily. You know, we're gonna have her link, you know, Janice Specialties. And I hope that I will see you guys next week.